Hi, it's Leanne from Timekeepers Academy, and today we're going to talk about what to do when all of a sudden you realize you have a big project due really soon and you haven't even started it yet. Well, instead of hiding away or giving up, I'm going to show you a step-by-step plan to help you get this project done on time. So in our last video, we talked about how projects can sometimes sneak up on us. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes the note gets buried, or it didn't make it onto the calendar, or we just couldn't seem to find the time to get started. We keep hoping that our schedule is going to get lighter, and that never happens. Anyway, however you got into this situation, we need to just focus on how to get out of it. So here are some simple steps to tackle an intimidating project and finish it on time without losing your sanity. Step number 1 is to break the project down into logical steps. So you are going to need to list these in the order that they need to happen. And I would suggest that you put a little checkbox beside each step so you can check it off as it is completed. Next, number 2, estimate how long each step is going to take. And you need to add some margin. I would suggest maybe 50% of the time you're estimating, because there is always going to be something unexpected that comes up. You'll need to look for information, or there will be some kind of obstacle that you weren't aware of. Step number 3 is to total the amount of time that you need for the entire project. So you're going to add up the time that you estimated for each step in the project, including the 50% margin. Now, number 4, based on the project deadline and the total number of hours you figured out you need, decide on how you're going to block off the time to do the project. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. So you need to set this up so that it allows you to finish before the deadline. If you just have it planned to end the day that is the last chance to finish it, that is going to cause a problem, because there are always unexpected things that come up in our lives, and so we need to add in some extra time there. And then finally, number 5, schedule your time blocks on your calendar and treat them as seriously as you would treat a dentist appointment. So show up. Now, about those time blocking approaches, I'm going to give you a few different suggestions. But keep in mind that if you have a small time block, so less than an hour, that works well if you're doing a routine type of task. But if you need to do something that requires a lot of focus or a lot of creativity, you probably should block a longer time for that type of work. So here are some ideas. You could schedule a 30-minute block at the beginning of each workday for several weeks. Before you allow anything else, even email, to distract you, you would get your 30 minutes in on the project. Another idea is to plan a few 2-hour blocks each morning for several weeks. Or you could block off the entire morning every day until the project is complete. A last option is to catch up on any urgent work as quickly as you can, and then devote yourself completely to the project for several days until it is all finished. So you will need to choose which approach is suitable for your project, and that depends on how much work is involved, how close the deadline is approaching, and what kind of tasks are required, whether they're routine or whether they require a lot of focus. But I want you to notice that the secret to each of these approaches is that you do the project work first every single day. So instead of getting distracted with other things, you give this the priority, because you really need to finish it on time. And when you finish your great big project, don't forget to take a little break and give yourself a reward. I hope this is helpful if you have a project that is due soon that you haven't started yet. So until next time.